Of all the deceptions that plague the world of finance, none is more infamous, more devastating, and more elegantly simple than the house of cards that bears its inventor's name. This is the story of the Ponzi scheme, a scam that promises fortunes but delivers only ruin, built on a foundation of greed and illusion. It's a tale that begins not with complex algorithms or Wall Street wizardry, but with one man's audacious ambition and a handful of postage stamps. The blueprint for financial disaster was about to be drawn, and its architect was a charismatic immigrant named Charles Ponzi. He arrived in America in 1903 with little more than a few dollars and an abundance of charm. Charles Ponzi was a man of boundless confidence, perpetually seeking a quick path to wealth. After a series of failed business ventures and even a stint in prison for check fraud, he stumbled upon an idea that seemed foolproof. It involved international postal reply coupons, which could be bought cheaply in one country and redeemed for more expensive stamps in another. He promised investors an astonishing 50% return in just 45 days. A figure that should have been a red flag, but instead acted as an irresistible lure. The mechanics of the scheme were deceptively simple, a masterpiece of financial sleight of hand. Ponzi used the money from new investors to pay off the earlier ones. As word of the incredible return spread, a flood of new money poured in, allowing him to pay off the initial wave of investors with spectacular profits. This created an illusion of a successful and legitimate business, fueling a frenzy of investment. But the entire structure was a hollow shell. No real profits were ever generated from the postal coupons. The only source of income was the constant influx of new capital. It was a ticking time bomb, mathematically doomed to collapse the moment the flow of new money slowed down. Decades later, the same devastating formula would be weaponized on an unprecedented scale. Bernie Madoff, a respected Wall Street titan, orchestrated the largest Ponzi scheme in history. For years, he projected an image of untouchable success, managing a secretive investment fund that delivered consistently high returns to an exclusive clientele of charities, celebrities, and savvy financiers. But behind the curtain of legitimacy, Madoff was running a colossal version of Ponzi's original scam, swindling his clients out of an estimated $65 billion. The fall of Ponzi was a local scandal. The collapse of Madoff's empire sent shockwaves through the entire global financial system. These stories offer clear, flashing warning signs for any investor. Be deeply suspicious of any investment that guarantees unusually high returns with little to no risk. In finance, high returns always come with high risk. Be wary of overly complex or secretive strategies that the promoter is unwilling or unable to explain clearly. Another major red flag is the immense pressure to invest quickly, often coupled with promises of exclusive access. If an opportunity sounds too good to be true, it almost certainly is. A legitimate investment advisor will welcome scrutiny and encourage due diligence, not rush you into a decision. The legacy of Charles Ponzi and his successors is a devastating trail of shattered lives, lost savings and broken trust. Victims are often left with nothing. Their dreams of a secure retirement or a better future turn to dust, yet the scheme's seductive promise endures, constantly repackaged for a new generation in the age of cryptocurrencies and digital finance. And so the ghost of Charles Ponzi continues to haunt the markets, a chilling and ever-present reminder that when greed eclipses reason, the oldest trick in the book is still the most dangerous.